The speaker is already our former president, now serving in a primary school, who progress here quite a lot. I learned quite a lot of things from her. Now please join me to give Susan a big applause and welcome.
Toastmaster of the evening, dear fellow members, and welcome guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's my honor to deliver my A7 speech. Tonight, I want to share with you about the turning point in my life. The turning point in my life. Hope this speech could inspire you. Once upon a time, there was a timid little girl who was in the 4th grade of elementary school. One day, she was appointed to attend in-school speech contest by her teacher. She tried her best to prepare for the speech. And then came the biggest day. When it's her turn to the stage, suddenly, after her speaking the title of the speech, her mind was a blank. She didn't know what to do, but stood on the stage unnaturally until the teachers called her down. You could imagine how embarrassed she was. The worst thing was that her classmates laughed at her after they returned to their classroom. Since then, the little girl had gotten stage fright. Her name is Susan. Yes, this is a story that happened to me, and I could never forget this event. I used to lack of self-confidence because of a series of failing experiences. I remember the time when I studied in junior high school to be the history teacher's assistant. I was so nervous when teaching classmates on the platform that I didn't even know I was writing the words on the blackboard. So I was very frustrated after I returned to my seat. Next, during the freshman orientation of normal school, when I introduced myself to the classmates, I couldn't help trembling while I was speaking. Then I heard one senior schoolmate said, "This girl could only be the treasurer instead of class leader." How those words hurt. Can we judge people by their appearance? I think most people do. Actually, 2 years later, I became the class leader as well as the club leader of traditional Chinese orchestra, the biggest club in normal school. Although I had some leadership experiences, I didn't overcome my stage fright. That's why I always felt others overestimated me. If they had seen my speaking in public, maybe they would have been disappointed with me, just like the senior schoolmate did. Then, one more hurt happened when I was in grade 5. We had piano test every year in normal school. It was held in the assembly hall that gathered all of the school students. We had around 800 students in total. The professor randomly selected 10 students who needed to play the piano on the stage and to be adjudicated and ranked. Unfortunately, I was one of the bad luck students. In fact, we all knew the designated songs in advance, and I had practiced the songs at home many times. Do you know what happened? My fingers were trembling and were totally out of my control while I played the piano on the stage. How could this happen? I asked myself. Once I wondered how I could be a teacher in that situation. But I was lucky to find out that teaching students in the classroom was different from speaking in front of adults. Thanks be to God. Aside from those things that I mentioned, I was very satisfied with my life. My life seemed to have great success. I studied hard and I became a teacher. I got married before 30 years old and had 2 healthy sons. Although I was very satisfied with my life, my heart was floored by stage fright. However, in 2007, Lisa Lai, my co-worker, introduced me to join Longtime Toastmasters Club. That was the turning point in my life. It took me about 1 year. Through attending club meetings regularly, I have overcome my stage fright. Besides, I developed my English speaking skills. As a result, I can speak English better than most of my colleagues, although I'm not an English teacher. This fact makes me feel great. I don't have to be afraid of any challenge. My heart is like a bird that can fly freely in the sky. How wonderful the feeling is! In 2010, I encouraged myself to attend the competition of classroom management. And there were 3 principals visited our school. They observed the real teaching situation in my classroom, and then they asked me to briefly introduce my classroom management with PowerPoint for 20 minutes. Thanks to the training from Toastmasters, my performance impressed them, and then I won the top 3 awards. Moreover, now I'm one of the speakers who could be invited to share teaching experiences among elementary schools in Taoyuan County. I feel great. I'm confident that I have a talent. I'm fond of traveling abroad. I've been to these countries: Australia, New Zealand, Austria, Indonesia, Holland, mainland China, Germany, England, Japan, France, Czech Republic, Singapore, Korea, and Canada. Speaking English smoothly made my trips in foreign countries barrier-free. That's another benefit from joining Toastmasters Club. Actually, I've been interested in English learning for more than 10 years. At first, I learned English with teachers from New Zealand and Canada. After they left Taiwan, I have tried many methods to maintain my English ability, including listening to radios, studying magazines, and studying for the General English Proficiency Test. But without interactions, I could only maintain my English reading and listening abilities. It was just like English education in Taiwan. We have learned English many years in schools. But most people couldn't speak English when they would run into foreigners. Why? I think that's because we don't have the environment for speaking English. When I have the opportunity to join Toastmasters Club, I found the solution for English learning. Toastmasters Club is the best place for adults who are interested in improving their English. Look at the mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop and practice communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. It has been proven with me. I've been broadened my horizons because of Toastmasters Club. I've met many talents in DVE activities. In our club, Debbie and Anne are my idols. I'm happy and enjoy being a Toastmasters member. And I know that I still have a lot of room for improvement. So I promised William, our president, I will serve as president for the next term again. To tell you the truth, persistence is my key to success. How about you? Have you made up your mind to nurture yourself in Toastmasters? Please follow me. Take a different assignment in every meeting to serve as an officer every year. I'll show you how to make your own dream come true. Toastmasters.
I think Susan is always a show of success.